Hi and hello, my loves. How are you? Oh, I'm so excited to be making this episode and recording this for you today. I intend for it to be kind of short. I don't really know how long it's going to be, but I've been feeling really, really called to sit with you. I've been feeling really called lately to just kind of strip things down and sit here with you and just have a conversation and to see how you're feeling and to connect with you. And this is how I'm doing it. This is how I'm doing it. I just wanted to sit here and say that I have been feeling really called to create more of these solo episodes. I love every guest that I bring on, and I bring on some incredible people in their field of expertise. And my intention when I bring people on is to give you a new perspective or a new point of view, or to hear or to see yourself in somebody else. And it's me knowing that I can't do this work alone. And there's so many amazing other people out there. And sometimes my job is to be a connector. And sometimes it's connecting you to somebody or a message that I maybe don't have or couldn't channel through in that moment. And so I've really had a great time over the past few months really bringing to you some amazing experts who I love, and I'm so just drawn to their work and their passion. And also, I'm feeling really called to kind of bring back more of this intimate conversation. I was feeling pulled to this, and then I asked on my social medias and I called to you guys, right? Because you're the ones listening. And so I said, what are you craving more of right now? Do you want some more solo episodes with some jam-packed content, or just checking in with me, or me providing um, just anything that's kind of coming through? Or are you kind of feeling a little bit more called to the interviews? Are you enjoying hearing other people share their stories? Are you enjoying hearing other people share their expertise and be speaking about that and liking the conversation dialogue between the two? And so there was definitely a huge response to both. But I definitely see that you guys are being pulled right now to more solo episodes, which makes me feel really good because it means that you like to hear me speak. And there's things that I have to say that you want to hear. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, yes, 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 yes. I feel that coming through. So let's do it. So just a big breath, just a really big breath. It's been a really big, beautiful week here, and also a hard week. A hard week. If I'm being totally honest, um, I'm a mom. I'm a sole provider of our family. I'm a spouse. I am a coach. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner. I'm all of the things that, go underneath that hat too. And sometimes it can be difficult. And sometimes like I'm human too. And even though I have all the tools in my toolkit, and even though I know all of the things, I'm human, right? And so I'm not perfect, and I fudge up and I make mistakes, and I cross boundaries and things get messy. And sometimes, that happens, and it's okay. It's okay. So last night, I definitely had a moment, and I just reminded myself that I don't need to fix this right now. I don't need to make this better. I get to just feel what I need to feel. I get to cry as I need to cry. I get to say the things I need to say. And I just get to let it process and be through me without making it mean anything. And I went to bed and I woke up and I just felt so much better. And just so beautiful. Like, it's just so beautiful. Just a new day. And it just reminds you how all of these moments and all of these things that happen, it's truly it's us raising our frequencies, essentially, right? We are being brought these opportunities to clear our channels, to remove these low frequencies, these fears, these slippery boundaries that we have, any thoughts, any things that kind of come through us that isn't allowing us to be our clearest channel and of our highest service. And um, in our most potent energy, it's giving us opportunities to remove them. It's giving opportunities for us to see them, to be open to what's on the other side of it, as long as we don't resist it, as long as we are open, right? And I can be the first person to say that I like to resist sometimes, and I want to resist it and resist it and resist it. And part of that is like the success what am I calling it? There's success in my chart, and I'm a Virgo, and like all the things and who I am. So it makes me, those pieces of me make me so great at what I do, but it also can be some of the hard parts of me that I'm here in this lifetime to clear, the karma and agreements that I have here in this lifetime to work through, to heal. And so these are the things that continue to show up. So anyways, I'm digressing. It has been a week, a lot of beauty, a lot of expansion, a lot of grounding, a lot of just healing and working through and being and serving and um, offerings, like all the things, and also working through my shadows and working on healing and raising my frequency and going in and doing the work that isn't always pretty, and it's not always the things that people are highlighting, right? It's easy to highlight when you're flying across the world and you're doing photo shoots all over the place and you're um, stroking in the cash, and you're making those 10K months, you're making those 20K months, you're making those 50K months. And also there's a lot of other work that goes on behind the scenes to not just have a thriving business, but to feel like a thriving fucking human being, so then you can feel fulfilled in all areas of your life, because money is just an amplifier, and money amplifies where you are. And so often we think that money is going to fix it, it's going to make it better, it's going to take away the pain, it's going to make everything feel like you're just walking in a field of sunflowers, but you're not, you guys. Money amplifies. And so if you have stress and strain and you're already tired and you're burnt out and you're doubting yourself and all of the things that might be floating around, like that's only going to amplify. The more money that you make, the more clients you bring in, the more customers you serve, it doesn't go away. And so it's so important that you really keep checking in with yourself and you make sure that you are building a really strong internal foundation, so then that can amplify with money in a way that feels beautiful and thriving, and it's going to continue to thrive, and you're going to thrive with it. It's not going to burn you out from having that. So anyways, I'm digressing. It's been a week. What a beautiful week again. So many wonderful lessons and reminders through this. And I was bringing what I wanted to bring today, from being totally real. What I wanted to bring today was I wanted to talk about mindset shifts. I wanted to talk about the mindset shifts, the things that come along with allowing you to make your way into consistent 5-figure months in your business. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because there are so many things that people consistently come to me with. And it's usually, I want to make more money in my business. I want to stretch into 10K months. I want that to be consistent every single month. I just want this to be ease. I want this to be natural. I just want this to be my new normal. And I hear you and I understand you. And I decided I wanted to put together something that would be helpful to help you see, like, these are the shifts. These are the things, when I look back on my journey, when I look back on me and the things that have shifted me into creating consistent 5-figure months into my business, it comes down to these things. And it's really not about having the website, because I built to 6 figures without a website. And it's not about having a huge email list, and it's not about having a huge Facebook group, because in mine combined together are under 2K, right? Like that's not a very large amount of people compared to other coaches and other entrepreneurs in the online space. And it's not about working harder and harder and harder, because I've done that, I've done that. I have tried that over and over and over again, where I continue to do more and do more and do more, and thinking like that doing more is going to you can outwork the problem, right? That's not what it comes down to. And it would be so nice if that's all it was, because we can implement that easy, right? If something's externally, if there is something going on in our life that is often just a reflection of something internally being off kilter, it's unaligned, and it needs healing. It just needs to be looked at and say there's healing available here. And if there's something internally that is off kilter, it's not in alignment, it usually starts to reflect in our outside world. It will reflect in our relationship. It'll reflect in our business. It'll reflect in our clients. It'll reflect in the payments coming in. And there's it just shows up externally. And so very naturally we want to go, well, then I need to fix something externally. I need to go and make the website so it's easier for people to find me. I need to go and put more hours in, because then if I show up more, then people they'll see me more. Or if I have the group, if I had the Facebook, then, right? And so it's easy if we have something externally outside of us that we can go and implement, and we can put it together, and we can wait to see the result, right? Because then that way we can fix it. And so naturally we want to fix things, but it's not about that. It's about something so much deeper. And that's why it's usually overlooked, because we naturally desire security and safety, and so we want the fastest route possible that we can get there. And what I've learned about being a six-figure earner and coaching six-figure earners and working with them is that it's not coming down to the things that they implement. It's not always coming down to the things that they do. And don't get me wrong, like, those things are important, okay? They're important to have in a business. But again, everything that you implement amplifies what your internal state is and who you are and where you are. So those things are important, but it's not those things that it comes down to. It comes down to the way that they think and the way that they act. And I wanted to bundle up all of these mindset shifts so then you could implement them. You can feel into them. You can see, where am I showing up for myself in this way? Where am I showing up this way in my business? Where am I showing up in my life this way? And where am I not? And allow yourself to check in with you and make an honest evaluation and conversation. And again, it's not from like you're doing anything wrong or you're fucking up. It's just saying, am I allowing myself to be fully, and we're going to get to them, but am I allowing myself to be here? Like, am I allowing myself to go this deep? I'm going to dive into these because they'll make more sense. So that first shift that I really found made such a big difference in allowing myself to create consistent consistent 10K plus months each month, a year, 6 figures a year, is to become your most fully expressed and highest self. And what this means is that it's your responsibility to be in your process, to always, always, always be going first, to be the woman that you desire to work with, to be the example of what's possible, because you are the leader. And it's very often that we can wait and wait and wait, right? I will wait until someone else invests into me before I do it myself. I will wait until somebody else tells me and validates that my work is good enough before I feel good about it myself. I will wait until I will keep pushing, or I'll try to feel good. I'll try to keep banding the situation, and not actually go and deep dive into the work that's going to shift me. What's so important about you attracting in consistent money and consistent clients that want to pay you at high levels or at any level really is about being the person that is willing to go first, right? Is willing to walk through the fire, willing to be courageous, willing to look at themselves and say, okay, this isn't working, or this feels off. Like, what is going on? Where can I work through this? Where can I shift this? Where can I rise up? And that puts you at a level in which they're like, I just want to know how to do that. So becoming your most fully expressed and highest self is so fucking important. Now, the next thing is detaching from the outcome. This is something that I see people don't do. It's they follow that one person. They had a consultation, or they had someone reach out about an order or an offer or something, and they put so much energy into this one person or these two people, or they put so much energy into one offer or one way or one thing. And essentially, it's coming back to this reminder and this knowing that you don't have any control over how any of this happens anyway. And that anxious attachment that can happen and that you might have on the way that it has to go and the way that you believe it needs to be and the way that you've kind of brewed up in your mind of like, this is the way that I want it to be, so this is the way that it has to be, and this is the way it has to come to me, is suffocating what's really possible and the way that it's actually supposed to be for you, the way that it's intended for you, the way that it always has been meant for you. So Trust here that you're supported. Trust that what's meant for you can't get past for you. Trust, trust, trust. I fully fucking believe that nothing meant for you can get past you. There's not a single thing in my life that has been meant for me that I haven't received. So check in with that and remind yourself of that. And know that you can't fuck it up, okay? There's no one shot. There's not one shot. There's not just one moment that you have in this lifetime to make things happen the way that you want it to happen. Everything is positive momentum forward. Everything is shifting you more and more and closer to the highest vision and good for all. So launch your offer, okay? Say the thing, make the investment. You are always going to learn what you want, or you will always learn what you don't. But you waiting to be ready is masking your insecurity and is keeping you safe from growth, expansion, and experience. So allow yourself to receive it all. When you allow yourself to be this person, when you allow yourself to receive it all and know that it's every part of this is just about enjoying the process and that you can't fuck any of this up. So you're not going to get yourself stuck in all these moments, right? You allow yourself to calibrate through time faster because time is just an illusion. It's how fast are you processing and moving through moments? How fast are you experiencing things? And the faster that you allow yourself to not get caught up in what it could be or how it should be, or should I launch this, or should I say the thing, or I'm waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for it to be perfect before I do, or before I say, or before I allow. It's taking those, it's making it longer for you to process and transfer through that moment. Do you know what I mean? It's taking you longer to move through time, right? So it feels like it's taking a lot longer for it to get to you, but if you just allowed yourself to move, it would happen a lot quicker. Having courage over confidence. So this is something that, again, I see so many beautiful and empowering and badass fucking entrepreneurs have. And they have this worry or this problem, or maybe not. It's not so much a problem. It's just this worry. It's this desire to. They see somebody else, right? They see somebody in their line of expertise, or maybe you see somebody doing something that's similar to you. And you look at that and you say, damn, I just wish I could be as confident as them. I wish I could just be as sure as myself to go and stand up on that stage. I wish that I could just be that sure just to launch the program. I wish I could just jump on live video and it be no fucking problem, right? Like, I'm not sweating, I'm not freaking out. And I hear you, I hear you. And what I want to remind you is that confidence only shows up after you've done the thing and you've seen that you're okay. You've seen that you made it through, you survived, you're okay, you're good, everything is working out for you. So what that means is confidence is just a result. And if it's a result, that means that you have to do something before you get the result, right? It's like when you're working out, the result is that you get abs. The result is that you have big biceps. The result is that your legs get stronger. The result is that you what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my gosh. When your cardio, oh my gosh, I'm like flipping losing my mind right now. Basically, you can process, you can get through your workouts a lot easier, right? Like, I know the right word, and I'm so sorry. I sound so silly right now, but I can't figure out what I'm trying to say. Anyways, when you're working out, you get a result, right? That's from doing something. You did enough push-ups that now those push-ups are done with ease, and you can do like 20 no problem, where you struggled at first to do one. You did so many squats that you got a nice booty. You showed up consistently enough through your workouts that your whole entire body feels better than it ever has before, right? Those are a result from doing, and that's just one example. But you have to first be courageous, okay? You have to be courageous enough just to take that next step. You just have to be willing and open, because fear is going to meet you at every single level. It's never going to go away. Fear is always going to be around the corner. It's always going to be meeting you at that next place you show up, and it's like, hey, you haven't been here, so think you can do it? And you're like, yeah, I can do it. And so it's, who do you want to be when you face that fear, right? And that's what you just need to check in with and assess for yourself. Who do you want to be when you meet the fear? How do you want to go through that fear? How do you want to check? Do you want to say, hey, fear, I see you. I see you, and I hear that you're just trying to keep me safe, and I hear that you are just trying to protect me, and you're trying to keep me from experiencing pain, but I'm okay. I got this, and I'm going to be okay no matter what happens on the other side of this. I'm always supported, I'm always safe, and I'm okay. You know, is that the type of person that you want to be? Is that the type of conversation you want to be able to have? Or do you want to run? Do you want to be scared all the time? Do you want to avoid actually moving forward? Do you want to avoid taking that next step? What do you want to do when you meet fear at each level? Because it's not going to go away, right? So if you want those 10K months, if you want to have multiple clients and multiple students and having offers and things, whatever that looks like for you, and it's selling out and you are earning at a high level each month, that comes with having a team potentially. It might come with having multiple clients. It might come with multiple different responsibilities, multiple different revenue streams. And so all of these things take up more space, right? They take up more space. So every time you think about up leveling and adding a new extension or space into your business and your life, it's going to require a new level. So it's just, what I'm trying to say is that it's not going anywhere. As long as you don't plan to be stagnant, as long as you plan to keep moving, it's going to keep coming. So who do you want to be? The next one. So know like you know. It's so important here that you get out of your own fucking way and you choose to receive the good. You choose to receive the abundance and all that you're destined for. If you don't full body know, like you know that the level of income, clients, or customers is available to you, you will close off the ability to receive them. So if you got what you wanted 1 second ago, if you got everything that you wanted right now in this moment, how would you feel? What would you think? What would you do next? How would you celebrate it? How would you feel in your body? What would you believe? What would you do next? So feel into that. Know like you know, because again, if you don't believe that making that level of income, if you don't believe that it's accessible to you to have 10K consistent months, if you think that it's going to fall away from you, if you think that it's too good to be true, if you think that it's for greedy people, if you think that it won't be sustainable, there's going to be these things that subconsciously block that energy from allowing you to welcome it in. So it's so important, again, that you get down to the root of this and you allow yourself to know like you know. And when I talk about you getting into that feeling, like allow yourself to, because when you get into the feeling, when you get into the embodiment of actually being in that, it speeds up your time of calibration. It speeds up how fast you can bring it closer to you, because it's not this far out distant thing. You're becoming a match for it because you are on the same vibration in which it is. It comes to you a lot faster. But if you avoid what you want avoids you. That's simple. And the last thing is quality over quantity. This is so super important to me. So it's about who you're being, okay? It's about who you're being and how you feel about the work that you're putting out. The numbers at the end of the day mean what you make them mean. And for me personally, I would so much rather have one piece of content. I'd rather have one view. I'd rather have one client that is fully fucking aligned with me, and my mission and my message and my energy and all of the things, than have 100 pieces of content or hundreds of views and hundreds of clients that I don't feel truly connected to, or they don't feel truly connected to me or my message or my work or my vibe. So does this make sense? Like, it's so important when you're on this route to moving towards consistent 10K months, to drop that need and to drop that fear and to drop that pressure around, I have to have so much, I have to have X amount of people, I have to have X amount of things, I have to have X amount of pieces of content, and allow yourself to be so much more grounded and focused in that depth and that quality and the connection and the vibe that you have with each single one versus the masses. And I promise that as you really focus in on quality conversation, quality work, quality clients, quality people, quality, you are going to expand and grow again so much more exponentially. And yeah, oh my gosh, this is it. This is what was coming through for me for this session or for this episode. But Thank you so much for listening to this. I really hope that through my little banter in the beginning, just checking in and saying, hey, how are you? I'm here and I just wanted to sit with you and chat with you, and provide some more solo episodes, but then also through this and giving you these 6 fundamental, and there's so much more, you guys. There's so much more. And if this is interesting to you and you're enjoying this, please let me know. And I would definitely like to bring you more episodes like this. But there are fundamental shifts and foundational shifts that when you make or you implement, or if you focus in on, like, if you focus in on just taking these, writing them down, and actually checking in with you and your life and saying how far, like on a scale of 1 to 10, how much am I embodying this in my life? How much am I implementing this? If you allow yourself to actually check in with this and and implement and integrate and make those shifts so you can move closer to having that be like a 10, having that be fully expressed for you in whatever way that looks like, I can guarantee you're gonna see yourself shifting much closer to consistent 5-figure months in your business, if not much bigger than that. So again, I hope that this was helpful. I hope that this was a powerful episode for you. But I'm so grateful for you showing up here, for being here, for choosing you, choosing growth, choosing expansion, choosing to raise your frequency and clear your channels and see yourself fully, and be committed to your growth and your evolution. So I love you so much, and I am so grateful for you. So I hope that you have an incredible week, and I'll see you in the next episode.